So when Lincoln said it, right? Labor is prior to and independent of capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is superior to capital and deserves much the higher consideration. You understand why we put this there? Right? Because people are saying the workers, the working class doesn't deserve anything. They're trying to chop us down and so on and so forth. So, prevent any confusion, we quoted President Lincoln. Right? Next. This is a chart that we gave out a long time because we talk about inequity and we are showing that profit is up, wages are flat, productivity is up. Right? And productivity, we are working hard. 5 people were in a section, now we are 3, and they want us to do the same amount of work. This is what this chart is saying, right? So we are using a theoretical chart for the practical consideration that we have. Next. Last year when we were here, we said that 62% in the world own, right, as much as 50% of the world, right? Now, we look in the same journal, the same sort of researchers, right? And they say not 62 anymore. 8 persons own as much as 50% of the world. 50% of the billions of people in the world. Right? Right? 8 persons. So it was 60 odd last year. Before it was 128, I think. It went to 60 odd. Now it's 8. All right? So we put the chart here. Next, we know that they want to undermine the union, right? And we just want us to, as we go along, to see how union got its strength. So before 1935, there were a lot of strikes, right? And the strikes were shutting down the country. But there were national strikes, regional strikes, right? And the government passed the National Labor Relations Act in order to reduce strikes, because the strikes were caused because of the oppression of workers and so on and so forth, right? So the National Labor Relations Act in 1935 was passed, right? So we underline some of the points there. Next, we have the New York City collective bargaining law. And we want you to go through some of this, because many times you ask, what is the union doing? Why is the union not doing certain things? What's really going on? I'm paying my dues, what's going on, right? We want us to see how the laws are designed, right? To abuse, to exploit us. And here's what they say about management right. Management has the right to select people, right? Management select whomsoever they want, right? The union can't interfere when they're doing the selection, because we're not union members yet. Pre-employment, so they select whom they want, right? They pick and choose whom they want, and this is the 1 in 3, and you have that, right? But normally they still pick whom they want. And even when they pick whom they want, and we are on the job, they say, well, there's a probationary period, true? Right? And they get rid of whom they want. And they say, well, the union can't interfere, true? You know, except for discrimination and so on and so forth. After that, like in HHC, they have the evaluation, true? And even though you're permanent, right, they write a bad evaluation and write another bad evaluation, right? So we're under their thumb. Now,
I have a point.
Wait, let me finish this. Let me just go through this, right? I'm not dodging the thing, right? I'm just saying what's there.
Yeah.
So, the New York State collective bargaining law said management has a right to select whom they want, to direct the employees how they want, take disciplinary action, and look, the worst part about it, the same person who write the charges is the same person who is hearing it, is the same person who is determining it, is the same person who is recommending termination. Right? The same person. Am I lying? Right. So they have a right for, I'm not saying it's correct, you know, I'm just saying what the practice is. Disciplinary, relieve employees from duty, maintain the efficiency of government operation, determine the method, means, and personnel by which government operation is done. Job classification, they determine the content of job classification, right? And in 1970, in 2011, they were going on so badly that some of the politicians and the union say, look, it's going on out of order. We can't take it anymore. Let's take it to court. You know, because they're undermining healthcare, they're undermining the hospital. I'm speaking quickly, so I finish this part, right? They're undermining the hospital, right? Guess what the judge said? New York State High Court. They say neither the politician, the union, right, nor even the courts should be permitted to substitute their judgment for the discretionary judgment of management, right? And they kicked us out of court. The next one we have here, against this background that we have on this side of the page here, right? Look over here. When we go for collective bargaining, you understand why we have this cartoon? Can we win if you have things like these? Do we expect to win? Right? When management has so much control over what's going on, do we expect to win? Right? So if we are fighting on their terms, right, on their condition, we can't win. So we have to go outside of their experience, right, and their relationship. So we have this cartoon here, we have the other one here, the middle one. Sometimes we have our own people who are carrying news to management, right? Our own people. The lackeys, right? Carrying news to management. This is why we have the second cartoon, right? And the third one down here, we all understand the third one. It is really to reflect the display relationship, whereby the bosses have all the power, and even when you appeal from one level to, guess who controls it?
Same thing.
Right? So when I was small, I used to play what you call it, ping pong? No, table tennis. And you go to 21, right? 21, right? So this is why we have the 21 there, because remind me, you know, we just barely sometimes when you have a good attorney, they may get, you know, some charges dismissed. But the core of the problem still remains. You follow? So that's for that one there. Let me turn over. The question we asked, I'm just skipping to the last one here. Why are we in this condition? Why are we in this condition? Why are we in it? Well, because we need a job, right? Well, because we need a job, right? We need it. And because of that, the Trumps and these people take advantage of us, right? So we are carrying, look, it's not I'm saying it here. This is Lincoln said it. Lincoln said we carry all the burden. So once is a woman or a man down here? I don't know. Once this man is carrying the weight of the burden here, right? Because really, he has to get to, right? He has no job. We can't survive, right? I understand some people want to say we can survive. The people tie up all the land, right? We showed whereby a couple landlord who own, you know, twice the size of Delaware, right? You know, and the Republican Congress passing laws to sell off, to give away the whole of the federal land, right, to these people. So if there's no land, we have nowhere to go and work. You follow?